Hey violins, we're going to do another how to practice video on Summer Stomp. This time we're focusing on letter B to letter C. So we're going to start here and end in this measure right before letter C. I'm going to go over a couple of the tricky things and then I'll play the whole thing for you so you know what it sounds like. First tricky thing, this rhythm right here. We need to make sure that we count this tie long enough, and then it's usually followed by one rest and then another rest in the next measure. For counting this rhythm, it goes 1 and 2 and rest, rest. Or 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1. When I play it, it sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 4, rest. So let's make sure we hold that tie for a beat and a half, and then you have 2 rests here. This rhythm comes up again over here. And it comes up again over here, but this time there's only one rest in between because this one ends with a rest, and then you notice the next measure starts right on beat 1. So this one is going to be slightly different. 1 and 2 and 4. So make sure you don't accidentally add an extra rest on that one. Also during this rhythm, you notice like we start mezzo piano. We have a little crescendo to mezzo forte. So if you want to make this whole section sound a little bit fancier, obviously getting the right notes is more important and getting the right rhythm is more important. But if you want to make it fancy, start a little softer and then crescendo. This is tricky to do this crescendo because we have just these little eighth notes here, and then we have a really long up bow. So I'm going to make sure I pull a little extra bow on my last down bow. So I have plenty of room for that up bow. Again, it looks like, and it's good if you pull extra bow on that down bow because we're crescendoing. We want to get louder anyway. And then again, we're going to start mezzo piano, crescendo again here and also here. One other thing that I really recommend for you guys is definitely use fourth finger on these D's so we don't have to cross strings and cross back. Use your fourth finger. If you feel like you're not able to get that fourth finger in tune, especially on the G string, check your elbow because it may be too far back and then it's really hard to put your fourth finger down. So bring that elbow in towards the center, especially for a G string. I would use that also in this measure and in this measure too. Okay, last tricky thing. In 17 and 18, we start on an F sharp, then we have a G, then we have a G sharp. So we need to make sure that we can switch our finger from regular third finger to high 3. So you might want to check that note in your tuner to make sure you can get that in tune. Also, you notice it starts piano this time, and then we have a really big crescendo. So I start super soft in the center of the bow. Louder, louder. Okay? So again, worry about dynamics last, but if you feel comfortable with your notes and your rhythms, then go ahead and add them in. I'm going to start at letter B and play all the way to letter C for you so you hear what the whole thing sounds like. Don't forget this rest at the beginning. 1, 2, ready, go, rest. Good luck practicing. Make sure you check your notes to make sure they're in tune, your rhythm is good, and be as accurate as possible before you submit your recording.